doesn't matter what kind of ruck you have, doesn't matter how much it costs, doesn't matter how great it is, it doesn't matter who endorses it if you don't use it. So get out and train. Hey guys, this is Evan with the Hard Time Strongmen, and today's episode is on basic ruck setup. As a disclaimer, I don't know what you'll be using your ruck for. I don't know if you'll use it for hunting, hiking, camping, recreation, exercise. I just don't know. What I do know are some basic ruck fundamentals that I'm going to share with you today. As with any other piece of equipment, you're going to want to inspect your ruck before you use it. So get eyes on every aspect of your ruck: the main body, the straps, buckles, webbing, zippers, anything that could have wear and tear like cuts, abrasions, looser fraying strings, anything that you could fix prior to you stepping off, anything you can mend, anything that you could replace, or you might have to replace your ruck altogether. Then we can move on to our pre-packing layout. So lay out all of your equipment on your tarp. Ensure that you have everything that you need for this mission. Group like items together: high frequency items, heavier bulky items, mission essential gear. Get all of those squared away so that you have an easier time actually packing your ruck. Also, use this as a personal safety. So if you've ensured that you have everything that you need to complete your mission for stepping off or packing, your ruck, and you still have space, you don't have to feel the need to fill that space. So moving on to actually packing your ruck. So something that I do, something that I was taught, is compartmentalizing and waterproofing your gear, whether that's using a dry bag, Ziploc bags, contractor bags, what have you. Basically what you're doing is you are grouping items together. So, say a day's worth of clothes or batteries or other sensitive items, ammunition, things of that nature. You're taking these items, you're compartmentalizing them in waterproof containers so that if you take a tumble with your ruck into a stream or a pond, if your ruck gets rained on, you're just adding another layer of security so you don't have to worry about the contents of your ruck succumbing to the elements. And when you guys pack your ruck, try to pack heavy items as close to the frame as they can be, as high up in your ruck as they can. This limits the strain on your back, and it limits the amount of those items shifting around as you move. And any high frequency items need to be easily accessible so you're not rifling through your ruck. So try to have those at the very top of your ruck or on accessory pouches. I also recommend trying to limit the amount of exterior pouches that you have on your ruck. This keeps all the weight very, very contained, very close together, and it helps to limit the amount of snaggage that your ruck can fall into in vehicles, undergrowth, foliage, things of that nature. Also, silence your equipment. So things like batteries, metallic objects, medications, things that are free floating in your ruck that make noise, you need to silence those. So something that we used to do was use old socks. We would cut them up and then we would wrap those around the objects, and that basically stops so metal on metal, say like a canteen cup, clinking together. Make sure that your ruck is silenced. So this is a great time to have a buddy so that you can don your ruck, jump around, move around, and he can tell you whether or not he can hear you. And some considerations for you guys. So consider using what's called a drop-in system. And what this is a pre-filled assault pack or belt kit. So filled with all of your sustainment, mission essential items, your fighting load, everything in a pre-staged kit that you drop in to the top of your ruck. So all of your extra sustainment items like your sleep system, extra food, extra water is underneath or attached to the side of your ruck. And then you drop in your assault pack with 1-3 days, however long you pre-pack that for, in through the top. And what this allows you to do is, when you've concluded a movement or you're prepping for whatever operation you're going to undertake, you drop your ruck, you can pull out your assault pack, everything's ready to go. Or if you find yourself being pursued or you need to drop weight, whatever the situation is, you can drop your ruck, take out your essential gear, and you can continue movement. And then if you have or afford the opportunity to go back to collect your ruck and all of your other sustainment items, you can do that, and you're not messing around with an empty assault pack or an extra bag, and you're trying to pack that with your mission essential stuff from all across your ruck. Everything's already preset and ready to go. And then the only other consideration I have for you guys is an extra layering of protection for your ruck. Specifically, what I'm talking about is waterproofing. And what I use is just the generic Kiwi spray-on waterproofing. I would suggest that when you're assembling your ruck, so your ruck body, all of your pouches, you spray everything individually to get a better result. But what this does is it just makes the water bead off of your ruck, and it's just another layer of protection for your equipment, guys. The only other thing I wanted to tell you guys was that it doesn't matter what kind of ruck you have. It doesn't matter how much it costs. It doesn't matter how great it is. It doesn't matter who endorses it if you don't use it. So get out and train. As always, guys, this is Seven with the Hard Time Strong Men, training up a better class of man. Stay in the fight.